Let's move on to Bitcoin, shall we? That's a virtual currency.
We're going to talk about the cyber threat now. And who's ever heard of the Bitcoin?
It's even been called the future of money, the Bitcoin.
More on this cryptic and still somewhat confusing currency that is Bitcoin.
People are fascinated by anything that makes new highs every day for weeks on end, which Bitcoin has done.
Is it a market? Is it a bank? Is it an exchange?
We're asking whether or not this currency really has any longevity, let alone legitimacy.
You'd have to be an idiot not to know how much risk you're bearing if you purchase Bitcoin.
The value of it, I mean, look at the chart, is sinking and skyrocketing.
This is a commodity. It's no different than the tulip mania of the 1600s.
Feds are starting to crack down on so-called virtual currencies.
Wild West currency. It had a bad stigma. People said that it was being used for narco trafficking, potentially to back terrorism efforts.
Some rumors that it's this Japanese guy, but others say no, that he's a fake name, who's a pseudonym. I mean, you're literally putting real money under a system that we don't even know who created it.
Have you ever woken up the next day and found out that you're suddenly a millionaire? No, nor have I, but we all can wish, right? But that hasn't been the case for the thousands of those who invested in the cryptocurrency, Bitcoin. So what exactly is a Bitcoin? A Bitcoin is a digital token created by a process called mining, which I'll go on to a little bit later. It was introduced in 2008 and created by a person with the pseudonym Satoshi Nakamoto. To this day, nobody knows who exactly created Bitcoin, but there is plenty of speculation and people out there who have claimed responsibility. A Bitcoin isn't an actual physical coin that you can hold in your hand. It's not like the ones I have here. Everything is done online, electronically, from one user to another, anywhere in the world. As per their own website, Bitcoin uses peer-to-peer technology that operates with no central authority or banks. It's public and nobody owns or controls Bitcoin, but everyone can take part. Before Bitcoin can be spent, it must be mined. The term mine can be best described by an article published by The Economist called How Bitcoin Mining Works. Every 10 minutes or so, mining computers collect a few hundred pending Bitcoin transactions, called a block, and in turn turns them into mathematical puzzles. The first miner finds the solution and announces it to others on the network. The other miners can check whether the sender of the fund has the right to spend the money, or whether the solution of the puzzle is correct. If enough of them grant their approval, the block is cryptographically added to the ledger, and miners move on to the next set of transactions, called a blockchain. There are currently about 13 million Bitcoins in existence today. Bitcoin was designed in a way that the more Bitcoins are created, the harder it is to generate newer Bitcoins. Before, you were able to generate a Bitcoin on your desktop PC at the conceptualization of it. Now, it takes very specialized hardware and software to generate even a fraction of a Bitcoin these days, not to mention the cost it takes to run this type of hardware. Sometime in the 2040s, after 21 million Bitcoins are generated, no more Bitcoins can be mined. We have all seen the explosive volatility of Bitcoin in today's markets. The news compilation at the top of this video was created by Phil Caffey of YouTube, shows a small glimpse as to the airtime that this cryptocurrency has achieved. At the end of December 27, Bitcoin reached an astonishing record high of $19,000 per coin, making many folks like you and me who invested in this cryptocurrency millionaires basically overnight. A quite profitable investment if you jumped into it back in 2010 when the Bitcoin was only worth 25 cents per coin. Even today, as I talk about this, Bitcoin is valued at around $8,300 US dollars. But it's the volatility of Bitcoin that's the main topic of the cryptocurrency. Unless you've been living on the rock in the past 6 months, we have witnessed the drastic fluctuations of the price of Bitcoin. Just by looking at the stock market graph for Bitcoin, you can see the roller coaster ride it's gone through in just the last 2 years alone. Bitcoin has no fundamental price when it comes to the stock market. That in turn makes it hard for institutional investors to invest not just in Bitcoin, but the 1,500 types of cryptocurrencies out there today. There's also an issue of fraud and market manipulation in cryptocurrency that are causes for concern. Overall, Bitcoin has been a game changer for today's world, and some argue the future. Not only for those who have started early and are now reaping the benefits, but others like us who feel like we're missing out. It's all about trying to find our way in.